And welcome back to White Claw Wednesday, episode 125. We're in the Skype studio here, and I am thirsty as all get out. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, cheers up.
Cheers up, bro.
Mm.
Check this out. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, you got some ice to pour it over?
Oh, yeah.
Was it not in the fridge?
No, it wasn't, so I had to.
Okay, so you got to ice it up. Dude, I've
Had to
never
ice
poured
it
it over
up.
ice. You got to tell me how that is.
You know what? Neither have I. Oh, wow.
Okay, here we go.
Can you hear that?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's nice.
That's good
I
stuff.
like that. Yeah. I'll give it,
It's damn good, man. It's fire.
it's good. Yeah.
It's good stuff.
I was really thirsty, and I was saving my thirst to crack open this claw, and it's doing a pretty good job quenching.
I gotta say, I love drinking out of mason. These mason
Yeah.
jars?
Mason jars, yeah, mason jars. I totally agree.
Totally not, what is it, ergonomical with
Mhm.
like the little ribbed.
Yeah, it's definitely
screwing
not.
the cap on.
Mhm,
I don't
but it's
even
just
care, man.
fun.
It just feels good.
I feel the same way about like any sort of cup from any sort of food chain or establishment. You know what I mean? Like I just love the feeling of like having like a large cup from like a large plastic cup from like a restaurant. You bring it home.
Oh, like
It's
one of
all
the
out.
reusable ones.
Yeah, and then you refill it up. It's just it's something
Oh,
about it.
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, and they're always
Man.
big too.
Yeah, yeah.
90% of the time they're like the supersize me stuff.
Exactly, yeah. We used to save those plastic Regal cups from the movie theaters
Oh,
back in
yeah.
the day, and
Oh yeah.
and also like all the baseball game cups, Dodgers and Angels, all those are good too. Something I don't know. What's your preferred? You plastic, glass? What do you if you had to choose
If I had
Rest
to
of your
choose,
for water? Drinking water.
I'm a plastic cup guy, man. I
Dude,
really
same.
have to. It's just
Same.
there's just something about just a nice thin plastic cup that can hold
Yeah.
a ton of water
Yes, dude.
and ice. Oh, it's fire. I don't actually have any here.
Yeah.
And my parents had a ton of them, so
Oh,
I was
yeah.
so used to just.
Yeah, those
You
were
know.
everywhere. I remember you guys had a lot of those like
We
classic,
had
just like
20.
solid color plastic
Yes.
big cups. Yeah.
Yes.
And I remember those would just stack up in your room back in the day.
Yeah. But
Great
now
for
Amanda's
stacking.
in charge of the cups and plates and things, and we added some nice glass ones onto our registry. So
I'm assuming you guys have a nice, have a little more upscale,
they
cup
are
selection.
yes, they're a little more
Yeah.
fancy, I would say. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
But I still have my mason jars.
There we go. The mason jars, I think, are, they're the
They're
closest.
multi-purpose, man.
Yeah,
they're
the
multi-purpose.
closest you could get to what you used to have.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it is. It makes me
So-
feel like I'm drinking a ton.
Have you been keeping up with the keeping up? Anything?
Have I been keeping up with the keeping up? Yes,
Mhm.
sort of.
Yeah.
Not really. I haven't watched a single game, if that's what you're referring to.
I was
But-
referring a little bit to that. I was also referring to.
Uh-huh.
I was wondering
What?
if you ever saw Doctor Strange.
No, I haven't.
Okay,
I haven't.
because there is a certain reveal in it that you would appreciate more than most.
I may go to the movies tonight, though.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Might.
there's a lot of good stuff out. You don't have to see that, but
I heard that Top Gun is really good.
yes, I would actually see Top Gun if I were you. I heard that Top Gun.
Oh,
was,
really? Okay,
Yes,
cool.
I've been, and the reason why I haven't seen it yet, but I would recommend it because I've talked to multiple people who have seen it,
Mhm.
and they've all said it was amazing. But not only that is these people are not. like, when
moviegoers.
They're not that's not what I would say, but I would, in my field of like knowing people, they're
Mhm.
like polar opposites on the ends of like why I know them. Like I wouldn't, like, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't expect them both to be like, I've basically gotten positive reviews from everybody, and that's like all the different types of people I know. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah, it must just
So,
be a great movie then.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's just a freaking really good movie because everybody's liked it, even the people who I don't expect to like it, and then the ones
Mhm.
I do expect to like it. Both are saying it's phenomenal.
I've heard it's a good movie too, and I didn't really even hear about or see that many advertisements beforehand. So I feel
Yeah.
like it's mainly based off of just good reviews and people being like, you need to go see it.
I think so.
And I heard the box office has been great too. I saw that today on Reddit. So
Yeah, it's already made like 150 million in its opening weekend, and then also not only that, but it was delayed for over 2 years.
I
Yeah, so
didn't know that.
because of like all the pandemic, it's like
Pandemic stuff? Wow.
it was originally supposed to come out in May of 2020. So
Dang. So it's
Yeah.
been made. It wasn't like
Oh, yeah,
the
it's been made.
production was.
Yeah,
Oh
no.
wow.
yeah, it's been made for sure. It's
God, Tom
yeah, they made-
Cruise, man.
they made it before all this stuff. Yeah.
You know, that guy. If he
Yeah,
wasn't
he
in
was-
Scientology, he would be the man. He would
Yeah,
be the
he would-
man.
That's the only thing keeping him from being, everybody's favorite. You know what I mean?
Everybody's favorite actor. I mean, seriously, like
Because
what-
everybody like loves like the work he does in terms of movies, but it's just that whole his whole personal life thing is just so.
and he gives off the
suspect.
persona. At least you would imagine he's just a great guy.
Yeah,
That's the persona that he gives off in the movies,
exactly.
especially the Mission Impossible ones, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's so good in those. It's
They
like they can be a terrible movie, and just
And
the
he's
fact
still
that Tom
really good.
Cruise just
Yeah.
makes it great, you know?
exactly. He carries the whole movie. Like he carries the second one. Like you saw the second one, right?
Dude, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
With the opening with the rock climbing and stuff.
yeah,
and,
and the doves and
Yeah, that's
the fight scenes,
it's-
iconic, man.
Yeah, they actually
Seriously.
recently released the trailer for the 7th Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna
saw
it's
that.
gonna be a two-parter, part 1 and part
Yep.
2,
Yeah,
and it looks pretty sweet.
I wonder if this is going to be like the finale.
Yeah, I'm wondering
because
that
it's
too.
Part 1, Part 2. We'll see.
It kind of feels like it could be, but you never know. I guess
Did
if Tom Cruise is always down to do those stunts, he'll keep making them.
you notice? Actually, we might have talked to you this beforehand, but did you notice that I did the Mission Impossible theme song for getting the garter off Amanda?
Yes,
At the
I
wedding.
did. That was awesome. That was
Yeah.
awesome. I did notice that. That was one of the first things I noticed. I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect song choice because I don't know, it just has the vibe of like a scene like I think it's the 5th one where he holds his breath for like 7 minutes or something underwater, and he's like trying to like put that one chip into the machine to like
Mm-hmm.
give them access to wherever they're going to. Yeah, and he's
Mhm,
like holding
mhm.
his breath and like that scene's crazy, but it kind of had that sort of vibe. Like he was like, okay, Mission Impossible time. Let me get this thing off with my teeth.
Yeah, but I totally didn't. I mean, I faked the crap out of it, but
Oh wait, you grabbed with your hands?
I had it in my pocket.
Wow,
Dude,
you faked
that's
me out, Ryan.
so hard. Oh,
Ryan,
I actually did.
You did fake me out.
I didn't try to fake people out.
I
was
was
just like, I
buying
just
it.
got under there and I just grabbed it.
I really thought that you. Wow. Now I don't know about the Mission Impossible song.
Oh yeah,
Doesn't feel as Mission Impossible
didn't-
anymore.
I didn't do it justice, did I?
Yeah. Because Tom Cruise really apparently learned to hold his breath for that long, and he really
Did you
really.
I didn't even
Yeah,
think
he
that was
really did.
physically possible.
Oh,
7
yeah,
minutes is incredibly long. Time.
Yeah, and also he hung off the side of the airplane too. They did that, and then he.
Oh yeah, I love seeing that image. of him.
That was cool.
But he was strapped in.
I mean,
I'd
he
do it.
he was strapped
I'd do
in,
it
but
too.
it's. You do it too, really?
Absolutely, I would.
Okay.
Those
'Cause I-
carabiners, those
Yeah.
ropes.
You're like, I trust this. This is like skydiving. It's
they're
like
not-
ultimate
yeah,
skydiving.
exactly. I mean, I would totally go skydiving too. I don't know about climbing on the side of the Burj Khalifa or whatever, or Empire
Oh,
State Building, whatever they did.
the tallest building in the 4th one.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
about that. That
Oh,
seems sketch to me. Even
Isn't
though
that
he
in Abu
was strapped
Dhabi?
in still.
I think it's in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And he has
That's
the
crazy.
sandstorm chase right after.
yep.
Yeah, I mean, I bet there's a really good running scene in this new Top Gun movie. I bet he's just sprinting.
Sprinting.
You know that he runs in all his movies. You've noticed that, right? He always has a full run scene.
Sure, yeah.
It's like Brad Pitt eating. Brad Pitt is always having a snack in one of his movies.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that, no.
Yeah.
It's kind of like their signature.
Oh, their signature. Yeah, it's just like The Rock doesn't lose fights.
Ever? He's never lost one fight.
I don't.
in
I think they have to either have him win or have it be a draw.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
That's funny.
And I think the same is for Vin Diesel's contract too, for the Fast and Furious movies. He can't lose fights.
That's so funny. These actors,
they
man,
they
they're
get
like, yep,
their
I'll do your movie. I
Their
can't
ego,
lose.
their
though.
ego
I
gets
always
yeah,
have to win.
their ego gets so big that they start treating it like it's reality and like setting rules on it.
Exactly.
Like you're not actually losing. Well,
Like,
I am.
you're not actually a superhero, right? Which is basically half of the characters they play.
Oh, dude, have you watched the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan?
Dude, I haven't been watching TV at all.
I
At all,
understand.
really.
You've
Or
been
movies or anything. Yeah.
I get that. But did you know that Obi-Wan came out, the new
I
Obi-Wan
did.
Kenobi show?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
It's pretty cool.
Is it really?
Pretty
Is
cool.
it really good?
Yeah, it is really good. It's like, I mean, it's especially good for people our age who were kids when the prequels were coming out, because it's really cool to see Ewan McGregor reprise the role as Obi-Wan, and yeah, it's very very good stuff. I highly
Are they
recommend.
doing? How are they doing the releases? Are they doing like 3 acts? Like
So they did. Apparently, it's going to be 6 episodes. It's a mini series.
they're doing once a week.
Once a week, but they released the first 2 just this last Friday. So then it's going to be episodes 3 the next Friday, and then 4 the Friday, and it's going to 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's basically gonna be every Friday for the next month.
Oh, cool.
And they did a 2-episode drop last Friday. So yeah, it's 10 years after the end of Revenge of the Sith. So
10 years after Revenge of the Sith. Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And where does the 4th one pick up? How long after that?
well,
Do you know? It's a long
I mean,
time, right?
well, if
'Cause
you
the
think
kid,
yeah,
the kid's like.
See-
actually, it's not that long.
because if you think about it, because right now, like in the just like 10 years would make Luke, and 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, because Luke and Leia are born at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
Right.
So that would make them 10 years old,
And Luke.
and then they seem, I would say they seem like late 20s, early 30s, like in the 4th episode in A New Hope.
No.
Or did you think they're younger than
yeah.
that?
No. You're right. For
They're
sure.
probably like late. So it's probably like another like. Basically, what I'm saying is it's probably 25 plus years past Revenge of the Sith that A New Hope takes place.
Yep. Right on.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, good.
Good
It's
to know.
stuff. Yeah, good to know.
I'm definitely gonna be watching that for sure. I gotta watch. Shoot, what's the other Star Wars one that they came out with recently too?
The Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, Boba Fett. There we go.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that too. I only watched the first episode, but I kind of liked it because it picks up right where you last see Boba Fett in Return of the Jedi when he falls into the Sarlacc pit on the sand planet.
Oh,
And he
yeah,
gets like
yeah.
chomped up, Yeah.
Nice.
So the episode opens and like he's inside of the stomach of the thing. He cuts his way out.
Storytelling, man. Storytelling. What a beautiful art.
It's like, yeah, I just love how you could do that where like you have a character die in the 80s and then you bring him back 40 years later by just saying, yeah, he just hadn't gotten dissolved by the stomach acid. He's just in there still. He's hanging out.
We're just rewriting everyone's.
It's kind of like in
you know?
Finding Nemo when they get swallowed by the whale, and they're like swimming inside of the whale's mouth. Like they're just like hanging out, and they're like, yeah, we're chilling.
Yep.
We're not getting dissolved by stomach acid, which would be everything has stomach acid, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so you'd be done.
And then they're hanging onto the tongue
Yeah, they're hanging. Yeah, they're
by their fin.
by their fin. Yeah, by their fin. I'm glad you mentioned that. I forgot about that.
What a great
detail.
scene too, man.
Did you ever
Great
see
scene.
Finding Dory?
No.
Yeah, I didn't either. Yeah. You kind of miss with the kids' movies, you sort of, when the sequels come out, you're too old. And you're like,
Yeah,
No.
I don't even think I've seen Cars 2.
yeah, I think I've only seen the first one as well.
Or I guess Toy Story. I've seen all Toy Stories, but
But you probably haven't seen the fourth one.
maybe I have, dude. Maybe.
Do you think, because the fourth one is the one that's way far away from the other three. The first three are pretty close together. The first three are pretty much within our childhood.
Teddy bear. That's like.
That's
out
the
to be
third one.
evil.
That's the third
see?
one.
That's
See?
the last
Yeah,
one I remember.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, because the fourth one they made it after we were already, not
coming out
kids
with-
anymore.
They're coming out with a Bud Lightyear, right?
Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz
yeah,
Lightyear?
Yeah. Buzz Lightyear.
Bud
You
Light.
said Bud Lightyear. Bud Light.
Why hasn't
Bud
Bud Light
Lightyear.
coined that yet?
Yeah, why
Lightyear.
haven't they released a can
Should-
that's like Bud Lightyear?
Yes.
Yeah, you know, it's too bad Buzz Lightyear, the new movie that's coming out, is a kids movie because Bud Light would have definitely loved to have done a collab with them. Like,
They could
Bud
really
Lightyear.
go in.
yeah, they
dude.
could really do it. But the issue is like Disney would never let an alcohol
yeah.
company advertise with their kids movie. So
And plus, like, where would you take the character? I don't know. He'd have to be a drunk or something.
you
know?
just
Like,
you just put Buzz Lightyear's face on the Bud Light can.
sure, but like, what's the point? You know.
Bud Lightyear. That'd be cool. Actually, you know, this reminds me of I recently saw a great Snapchat article that talked about the making of a horror movie with Pooh Bear and Piglet being like serial killers.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically the rights became free for everybody to use. Like there was like Disney had the rights on Winnie the Pooh characters up until like
Oh.
a certain point, and then once like at this point hit, like the characters just became, you know how like some like music is copyright free?
Yeah.
Kind of like the same thing happened apparently
Sure,
with the
I
Winnie
understand.
the Pooh characters. So now this small like, you know, I don't think it's even an American. I think it's a non-American movie studio. They're funding this horror director's vision of a horror movie where the two serial killers are like wear these creepy pig and bear masks. And I saw images. It looks pretty terrifying. But
Wow.
I'm immediately like, ooh, I
I'm
jumped there
game,
because
though.
I'm you know
I'm game.
one of them could be drinking a Bud Lightyear. You know.
Oh yeah.
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 That's where we could be going. But you know that they didn't. Tim Allen was the voice of Buzz Lightyear in the Toy Story movies, and they.
I did know that. Yeah.
And they went in another direction. Chris Evans is going to be Buzz Lightyear
For the fourth or
for this
the
Buzz Lightyear movie. Yeah. Mhm.
Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can see that.
I think they're trying to like
They're trying to wrap in all the Chris Evans fans.
like
I
the cap.
think.
They're trying to basically say like, oh yeah, Buzz Lightyear is like animated Captain America.
Yeah, but nah, I don't know.
That's
I
definitely what
hope
they're
he's
going for.
super animated with his voice, and it's not just Captain America
Yeah,
slapped on it. You know, like I hope he
yeah.
actually is changing
Dude.
his voice up a little bit.
that's kind of how I felt about that Uncharted movie with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. So I felt like Tom
Yeah.
Holland. I felt like it was like it wasn't Nathan Drake. It was like Peter Parker in an Uncharted movie.
I feel like
The
he
way-
should try to deepen his voice a little bit.
Yeah,
you
he
know?
should try to make himself a little more rough, and because he still felt like Friendly Neighborhood, like Spider-Man cracking jokes and stuff. And
Yeah, friendly neighborhood bartender who
yeah, Friendly Neighborhood.
steals shit. I don't know.
Oh,
It just
man.
didn't seem.
Yeah,
I wasn't happy with that movie.
yeah, that movie was not. That was not it at all.
I think I saw that movie. We had some Regal gift cards, but
Oh, yeah.
Regal's like super expensive, and
Oh, it is
I
major.
think we spent like $25 to see that movie, me and Amanda. So
Yeah. Well, I spent 40, so
I know, yeah,
yeah,
that
because I
you-
told you that
that
because
tops
we
it.
we
But you
had
saw it
these,
like
we-
IMAX, right?
yeah. Well, we saw it in
Yeah.
like this weird like format where we had screens on the side of our faces. So like we saw like it was like an expand. I don't know. It's this weird 2DX thing offered by Regal, where instead of just a screen in front of you, you had these peripheral screens. Right, I'm telling you,
how
not
did
worth it.
they...
No, it's not. It's not worth. It's not. It's almost like this is what it felt like they did. It felt like you took any shot from the movie, and
Mhm.
you just took the background of the shot and you made it even blurrier and just expanded it to fill like the sides of the screens on our eyes. That's what it felt like.
That's so strange.
It
dude.
felt like really nothing at all. Like
I
like,
can't even picture that, but that's so weird.
It's hard to explain, but I can't explain to you how not worth it is. You know. I'll get
That's
behind
hilarious,
IMAX,
dude.
but this was a dumb idea.
Do you even know like what is IMAX? People are like, oh,
It's
IMAX,
just-
IMAX.
It's just a bigger
like
screen. It's just a bigger image.
screen,
Just bigger. Yeah.
better.
But it's supposed to be bigger image, better
Sound,
sound. It's
or-
supposed to be all that stuff. Yeah, it's just supposed to be
Oh,
bigger,
okay.
better sound. You know. Yeah. It's just maybe it's just a way to just like get more money out of the
I
ticket.
think
don't
so,
know.
dude. I think so.
I don't know.
I mean, I go
A camera
I go see
expert-
theaters, and I'm like, this is great.
Yeah,
you
a
know?
camera expert could tell us because there are things called IMAX cameras, which are what you
Oh.
have to use to shoot an IMAX. So I think
I
it might
see.
have something more to do with the camera, which is probably why. I think it's like one of those hand in hand thing where because the camera is so damn expensive, the tickets become so damn expensive.
Probably. I wonder if that camera also records just like regular 4K or whatever.
Like you can switch it off IMAX mode.
No, I wonder if it does both at the same time.
I
I
it does
imagine
both at the same
like
time.
that
I
camera
see,
is
yeah.
that expensive and that good
Mhm.
that it does both, because or else you're converting this entire movie into
Yeah,
something
true.
less than IMAX.
What you just shot it on, yeah.
Which does, I mean, maybe there's software that does that, just doesn't seem right. Like anytime you're converting something, you're losing a little bit of quality,
Yeah, very true.
Who knows? Who knows?
Well, who do you think? Actually, I wanted the episode I did by myself on 123.
Yeah.
I predicted. I went 0 for 2 on the Western and Eastern Conference Finals with my predictions. And
Hey, we've been like consistently terrible at predicting things on this podcast.
Because like I said, the Mavericks were going to beat the Warriors, and I think I said that only because I was still upset about the Mavericks beating the Suns, and I wanted validation that the Suns didn't suck by the Mavs beating the Warriors. But then the Warriors just easily handled the Mavs in 5 games, and I was like, okay, the Suns suck. I was like, I realized okay, the Suns stink. And then with Miami and Boston, I was like, oh, Miami's got this, and then I was wrong. Boston won.
You know what? I really hate about not just the Sun. I mean, I don't want to say I hate the Suns, man. I'm not ragging on you. I promise. Hello.
Sorry, it's cracking me up. I had to do that real quick because Grace is asleep with her eyes open, and it's just really funny. It's just hilarious. I'm sorry. It's very funny. I was double checking that what was happening was
You're
actually
making
happening.
sure-
I was
you're
just making sure
confirming.
that she was asleep with her eyes open. It is true.
That is funny.
What were you saying?
I was talking about the Suns. I don't know, dude. I don't like it. And the only reason I don't like it is because the Suns got so good so fast.
Yeah, I agree.
It
It was
wasn't.
like they added Chris Paul and they were just like, boom, it just all clicked.
Yeah, but even then, they got so good in the bubble.
Oh yeah,
It was
they
like,
went 8-0
they were
in
like
the bubble. Yeah,
they were like last place, or like
they were almost.
people didn't even talk about the Suns as like contenders, and then
the
bubble happened.
The only reason why they got to play in the bubble, I think, the conspiracy theory is that both the Pelicans and the Suns were like the bottom of the near the bottom of the standings for the West when they were starting the bubble. And the
Well, they
Suns
still had a chance theoretically, right?
They did, but the only reason why they were given that chance, and in theory, I think, is because the Pelicans had Zion Williamson. Zion Williams. And the NBA wanted Zion on TV, so they allowed more of the shitty teams into the bubble, and they decided to do like the whole like 8-game end of the regular season thing in order to like, and that because both the Suns and the Pelicans and a couple of the teams in the East were pretty bad records, and they still got into the bubble when only like 3 or 4 teams didn't. Like it was a very small amount of the league that didn't get in the bubble, and I think I think they made that cutoff just for Zion. But that was really when the Suns took off. They won those 8 straight, and they needed a combination of wins and losses to happen in order to make the playoffs, which didn't happen. So they missed the playoffs that year, but then they added Chris Paul in the offseason, and then boom, they make the finals, and then following season, they get the best record they've ever had and the best record in the league, and they don't even make it to the third round. They get knocked out in the second round, and I really think it was like Chris just like they were going as Chris went. Like he was the leader, like he was the spark plug. Like if he wasn't on, if he wasn't pushing them, they were just not. It just wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel bad. I mean, but I'm not trying to rag on the Suns. I'm more ragging on Suns fans and not you, because you've been an OG Suns fan since day one.
Yeah.
But man, when I was on the cruise, there was a lot of people from Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
And the Suns lost the series.
Oh, when you were on the cruise.
When we were on the cruise.
Nice. That's
and
funny.
Our tour guides were like, "Oh, where are you guys from?" It's kind of like icebreaker type stuff.
Yeah.
And we were like on the islands and stuff, and like, "Oh, where are you guys from?" And I swear to God, every time there was someone from Arizona, and the tour guide would make like the same joke, like, oh, I won't bring up the NBA, and they're like, oh yeah, like we're very upset, and I'm like,
You're not buying it.
Don't watch,
Yeah.
come on, and it just made me so, and I think it's because the Suns got so good so fast. I mean, they went 8-0 in the bubble, and no one expected that. So all of a sudden, boom, they're good. And then the next season, they're in championship contention, basically.
Yeah.
So all these people are like, oh, what? Like the Suns are good now after so long of being bad, even when they had Devin Booker for 3 or 4 years.
Exactly.
So now all these people are like rooting for the Suns, but like they have no idea about the team. Man, it was just really getting me upset. And it makes you look bad. It does, because you're an actual fan. You've been an OG fan for a long time, and now you've got all these bandwagoners who are trying to catch up, but they can't talk about historically what's been happening with the team.
Here's what I'll say about Phoenix, at least the Suns and Phoenix as a sports city, is that they're very much a ride the wave bandwagon kind of city. In that, like the few Suns game I went to as a kid, Steve Nash was still on the team, Shaq was on the team, Stoudemire was still on the team. So there was like good crowds and good energy and stuff. But then fast forward to when, like, right before we got Devin Booker, when we were really bad, and we were still bad for the first seasons with Devin Booker.
Yeah.
I remember going to like a Laker game when they were playing the Suns and being like one of the only, orange shirts in the crowd. And then you fast forward to now to when Suns are really good, and now the stadium's packed full and all that stuff. So it's like it's very much like. And I remember watching games on TV during the 10 years of shittiness, and there were so many empty seats in the stands.
Right. Right.
So
exactly.
it's not like a sports town like Philadelphia or Boston or something like that, where like it's just diehard all the time. Where it's like it doesn't matter if they're 0-100 or 100-0, like the team, like the fans are there either cheering or booing on their team.
Right. No, exactly. And I feel like the Golden State was sort of similar, but they progressed.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, what happened with the Suns, man? It is this anomaly. I feel like they just got good.
Yeah, they got good, but it feels like a blip. It feels like a blip because now it feels like the Warriors are back on their dynasty grind. And now that Chris is only getting older, I think our really good window for the finals with Chris is closed. He's gonna come he's gonna be like 38.
Still a good team.
I know we're still good.
A really good team.
We're still good, but I feel like we had two like just golden opportunities and we just fumbled them both. Because in my opinion,
are looking really good, dude.
I think
they're
like
looking really good.
The way I saw this setup was that I thought the team from the West was going to win it all. And I still think that. Like, I think the Warriors are going to win it all.
I think so, too.
And I knew going into the playoffs that the Warriors were going to be our hardest out. Like, I knew we were going to have to play them.
Yeah.
And I knew they were going to be really tough. And that's what makes losing to the Mavericks before even facing the Warriors even harder. Because it's like, damn, it wasn't supposed to end. Like, it was supposed to end one way, and that was losing to the Warriors.
Yeah.
And the fact that it ended like this, losing to like, and the
Mavs
Mavericks
only won one, right?
Against the Warriors, they only won one game. Yeah, and the Mavs are a team that's like, they, when you have two superstars and the other team has one superstar, you should win that series.
100%.
100%.
100%.
Because basically Chris Paul and Devin Booker said, yeah, Luka is like better than both of us combined. That's what they said. That's the statement they made in that series, is that the two of us as two superstars can't beat one superstar. And that's why
Porzingis not on the Mavs anymore?
Oh no, he got traded like beginning of the season.
Oh,
because
God.
he was whining and fussing up a storm at Dallas because he's like, "Oh, I should be the number one option, not Luka."
Yeah.
Yeah, so Dallas
Relax, bro.
Dallas sent him packing because they're like, "Yeah, you're wrong about that."
Yeah, dude. That dude is
and it was a huge success for them.
NBA player right now.
Because this was Luka's fourth NBA season, I'm pretty sure, and this was his first season where he made it out of the first round of the playoffs. So that Porzingis move was a smart move, and getting Jason Kidd as the head coach also good. They just needed a player to like kind of get Luka into, get him into line, try to control his emotions because he can be a whiner.
Oh, well, I'm sure when you're that good, dude.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like whining about every call though. Like I mean, that's almost how
Okay, yeah.
every single NBA star is now.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it feels like Luke is like an extreme case of that. But
yeah.
he's a fun player to watch because he's one of those guys where it's like you kind of like he feels like he's moving in slow motion almost. He doesn't feel that fast or like, but he just knows how to like bump into you and make space and get up good shots.
I love how he's not American too.
Yes,
I don't know.
and
There's just something about it.
He's been playing professional since he was before he was 18, like since he was like 16 or something. So
he's from Slovakia. Slovenia.
Slovenia, I think is
Something like that.
the country's name. Yeah, I think so.
One of the two.
Yeah. So, oh man, I don't know. All I hope is that this finals is a close series. You know, I'm worried the Warriors are gonna steamroll the Celtics. I'm a little bit worried. But that's no disrespect to the Celtics. That's just, man, the Warriors seem so good.
Yeah, dude.
They just seem to have it like they're back on it.
They're just,
you know.
It's like they had a little hiatus.
They had a little hiatus because Clay was out for a couple seasons.
We know how to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they had a hiatus because Clay was out, and also they were stacking the team with Kevin Durant and stuff like that, which arguably didn't really help that much. I mean, they were already super good.
Yeah, they were already super good. You know, Kevin Durant comes in, wins 2 championships.
Yeah.
But it's funny to
still,
see
they
now,
had won. They won 2 before that, right?
No, they had won 1 before Kevin.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
See, the thing about the Warriors dynasty is that it could have been like it was almost 5 championships in a row. You know, because they won in 2015, and then in 2016 they had the greatest record ever, the 73-9. And remember, they were up 3-1 against the Cavs in the finals, and they lost the 3-1 lead, and they choked it. Yeah. And then here's the rumor. The NBA rumor is after choking the 3-1 lead in Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals, Draymond Green ran into the parking lot and called Kevin Durant, crying to him, saying, "We need you to come save us. We can't beat LeBron and Kyrie without you. We need you."
That's the rumor, huh?
That's the rumor. And a lot of people say that, like, because in 2015 when the Warriors beat the Cavs in the finals, there was Kevin Love and Kyrie injuries. So then it was like, now 2016, you don't have the injuries going on, and the Warriors lose a 3-1 series. And so then it was kind of like, oh, shit, what if next season they're not injured again? We need you, Kevin Durant. But it was sort of like a Kevin Durant needed them just as much because Kevin Durant was in a situation with Russell Westbrook where he couldn't win a championship. Yep. And he had to leave. He wins 2 championships with the Warriors. And I think he left because he felt like this is still Steph's team. And everybody thinks of me as like a plug-and-play addition to win a couple rings. And then I don't get the same glory as Steph does for like his 2015 finals without me. So Katie's like thinking, okay, I got to go to another team and win a finals. And now seeing where he is now in the Warriors now, it's kind of like, it's kind of what I thought all along. When he left, I was like, Katie, what are you doing? Like, if you stay with the Warriors, you could just win more titles. Like, sure, people would say like, you know, you joined a team just to win championships, but you could like keep winning championships. And I think that's evident now because imagine if Kevin Durant was just on the team still. Like, he was just still a Warrior right now. Like,
I don't know if I can imagine that.
It would just be like the Warriors probably would have won another championship but definitely winning another one this year.
Probably, yeah. It's
fun to play what if with sports, like the what if.
They don't have enough. I mean, how would they keep everyone? You know, I thought the whole thing was like the money
how could they afford them? That's true.
Right.
That's true.
You got I think 3 players on Supermax right now, which you got Clay on Supermax.
Steph,
and isn't Draymond like up there at least?
Yeah, he's up there. I mean, he gets paid like
out, but he gets
I don't
paid
think
a
he's
lot.
maxed out, but I think he's getting paid like $20+ million a year.
Yeah, which is my God. And he's just as much of a key player, I think.
Oh yeah,
which is crazy.
Which is weird to think about, and that's another thing that people talk about in the 2016 finals, is that after the Warriors went up 3-1, Draymond got suspended for Game 5 from that whole like that nut shot kick he did, where like he lifted up his leg, and he was lost for Game 5, and a lot of people say that flipped the momentum, you know.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. What if?
I love sports, man. I love sports.
Right?
Sports are so much fun.
You ever heard what if? Like, there's a great interview about Kobe talking about how if Shaq had a work ethic like him, Kobe's like, yeah, we would have won like 12 championships. Like if like, because the rumor is Shaq was kind of like a goofy, like, remember Us on Cross Country?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically that was Shaq, except the most extreme talented version of that, So that's why they butted heads, and Shaq ended up leaving, is because Kobe would push Shaq, and Shaq's like, no, man, I just got it, and I don't even need to work for it, which is pretty true.
Yeah, it is true. And I think that was the time he had his little Icy Hot deal too.
Yeah, that was it. He's had that deal for a while, dude. He's been, that was like his first. That was one of the first endorsement deals I remember him getting.
Yeah,
was the Icy Hot.
I mean, I don't think of Icy Hot without thinking about Shaq.
Oh yeah,
like that. They're one and the same to me, which is just. I mean,
I'm the same way with the General Auto Insurance. I don't know if you've heard of that auto insurance company, but there's this
the General,
the little mini animated General character.
Yeah.
I always think of Shaq when I think of that too, because he's all over those commercials as well. And he also sells printers too. I don't know if you've seen that one, but
I did not know this.
Shaq sells printers. And the best thing about Shaq, really, I'm not kidding you.
Like Xerox, what brand?
It's some, I can't think of it, but it's like a color cartridge brand. So he's like I remember the commercial I can think of is a woman gets mad because her color cartridge is out of ink and she can only print in black and white, and then Shaq comes up to talk about how his cartridge that he's selling has vibrant colors that last longer than any other, printing cartridge out there, and then he reads the brand name and stuff. But
you can endorse anything. The
best thing about Shaq. Have you ever noticed during the halftime shows on TNT of NBA games when Shaq's talking, like doing the halftime show?
Yeah.
Pay attention to this in the future if you haven't noticed. But Shaq is so much harder to understand when he's speaking freely in the setting of like just talking about basketball in a halftime show compared to like reading a script for a commercial or being in Grown Ups 2 and reading lines and like it's. I just love to see the difference because it's like when he has words to read, it's like his professionalism kicks in and he just like reads it perfectly, almost like a kid in like a phonics class, like reading like what he just and I understand. But then when he's like just speaking off the cuff, off his mind, it's like his voice is so deep, that it's hard to make out the specific words. Sometimes it's like a night and day.
Oh yeah,
it's
no,
hilarious.
I have noticed that actually, but that's just from him talking like on. The TNT show he does. I think.
Yeah. But that's just what I love about him is that like when he's given a script, it's just he just locks in. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna just nail this, and that's why he's such a good salesman. Yeah, because he's able to turn on his salesman side and also have his like cool Shaq, just off the dome type.
Yeah, absolutely. What a cool guy, man. It's gonna be a sad day when he passes away, and I'm like sorry for bringing this up, but like.
Dude, I think about this all the time when I think about people that are huge and bigger than life.
Dude.
Oh. How it's gonna be.
Are you talking about like
what?
Theoretically or not theoretically, but
What do you mean theoretically?
You mean like physically or
No, I just mean like, like Kobe, like when Kobe died. Like I just mean like that kind of thing.
Like impact, like
the impact of like this person just died, like whoa. Like when Betty White died.
Sure.
That was
good point. And that kind of ties into my thing. My thing is like he's massive. And not in a bad way. He's just a big dude.
Oh yeah,
And time again, it happens. The heart just can't keep pumping blood to all that body, man. Yeah. That's just a lot for one muscle. I mean, think about your heart.
Yeah.
What an incredible thing. It's pumping right now.
It's pumping right now, but also think about its size in comparison to the rest of you.
And it never stops until you die. It does not stop.
Isn't the rumor that it stops
like,
for like a split second when you sneeze? Isn't that
that's so stupid. I don't believe that for a second. It's this.
Yeah.
It just keeps going. You're sleeping. You're blacked out drunk. Like it's just insane, man.
Wait, here's my
incredible.
Question. When you're like when you're Tom Cruise in 7 minutes underwater holding your breath, is it still pumping in that moment, right? Is it still pumping? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Your brain needs constant fresh blood.
Yeah.
Oxygen to the brain gets there by the blood.
Man. You've also heard about how blood isn't red until it comes out of your skin and is exposed. Is that true? I've heard that. I don't know if that's like a wise
I
tale.
don't know.
Is that a wise tale?
I
It feels
know
like a wise.
that.
Have you heard that though?
I haven't, but
Okay.
it may be true because I know in like the diagrams in school where like
Mm-hmm.
they show the body, but it's all like the blood vessels.
Mm-hmm.
There's red ones and there's blue ones.
There's blue ones. Yes, this is. And when I look at my veins, like through my arms, like they look blue, more than red. But then when you get a cut, it comes out red. So I remember being as a kid, someone told me like, "Oh, did you know that like your blood is like blue and it's inside of you, and then when like it comes out and it's exposed to oxygen,
I love your
it turns
source.
red."
I love your source for this. Like it's just
some
kid when you were like 8 years old or
some
something.
kid just told me that.
No, honestly, I mean the kid may be right because all your veins are blue.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I don't know, man. I don't know how blood works, so I might sound really dumb right now, but blood has oxygen in it, right? And your body
I think
needs oxygen,
Mm-hmm.
and it's constantly flowing.
Yeah.
So it goes to the end, and then it comes back through the heart, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
there's got to be a point where
It's almost like it's like a circulation, as if it's like
It is.
it's
No,
a
for
constant
sure
like
you
it
can't
just keeps going.
keep pumping out.
You're just like
you'd explode.
constantly like squirting blood.
So
No, like imagine at the end of every day we had to like drain a hole. It's just like a bunch of blood, just like.
have you ever seen shit? What's that movie? It's with Charlie Sheen. It's like one of those
One of the scary movies.
scary movie.
Yeah,
where
yeah. I know what you're talking
They're
about.
meeting the aliens
Yeah.
and they're like meeting each other, and the aliens got the finger in Charlie Sheen's mouth, and then they talk about how the aliens pee, and then it pans over to one of the aliens, and he's just like peeing out of his finger that's in Charlie Sheen's mouth. It's so funny, dude. Oh my god, that's exactly what I imagined. Like we just like
just squirting out at the end of the
blood.
day. Like almost not even a refuel, but a defuel.
It's like going to the bathroom.
Yes, exactly. Like, that's a really good point. Just go. Hey, I just got to go dump my blood for the night.
I'm so full. I've been
I'm
pumping
so
for
full.
hours, man.
Pumping for hours.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
What a weird thing to talk about, but
Mm-hmm.
no.
Oh man. Well,
So prediction for the finals, you got the Warriors too.
I got the Warriors. Yeah.
What are you thinking? 3?
I think it's
4-3,
gonna. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be
4-1.
6 games.
4-2.
4-2. Yeah. 4-2. That's my prediction. What do you think?
Dude, part of me wants to be a rebel and just say
Say
someone's sweeping someone or something.
Oh, someone's dude. Hey, if anybody, that's again what we love
If
about
I
sports.
say-
We never know.
I wonder what the odds are for a Celtics sweep. Like if you bet
like if you put
$10
some money
on
that,
it,
yeah, in Vegas,
you'd
how much
make-
Oh yeah,
oh man, you'd probably make $1,000 off of 10 or something crazy.
probably something like that. Yeah, and you put 100 on. Oh yeah, man.
You'd be rich.
Damn. Okay, so what are you going with?
I'm going.
You can don't feel free to copy me. I mean, mine's the easy one. Mine's probably
you know what?
the normal. Pick.
I was gonna say that, but I'm not going to be a little fun here. I'm
Mhm.
going 4-0 sweep. Go Warriors.
I like that, Ryan. I like that.
I just you got to put some confidence in it.
That's how I felt when they beat the Dallas Mavericks and were headed to the championship. I was just like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna. It's over now. They got it.
Yeah. Well, it's so like I'm predicting that, but at the same time, I kind of hope it doesn't happen.
Oh,
Like,
no.
There's nothing worse than a sweep in the finals.
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
Like, come on, it's
And
so
like-
boring.
What I was saying when I was predicting the Eastern and Western Conference Finals is I was saying like, in the end, all I want is just when your team isn't involved. Like, tell me this, Ryan. Wouldn't you love to see Chelsea up 4 goals?
Sure.
Like you would if you turned a Chelsea game on and they were up 3-0 and there was still a half to play,
Mm-hmm.
you would watch the game and enjoy it even if they scored like another 3 goals and the score was 6-0. It's fun to watch your team destroy. But when you're just watching a game of 2 teams you don't have
that's
loyalty for, you just want it to be close and exciting. So if we could get a 7-game series, which with each game decided 5 points or less, that would just be perfect.
Yeah, I'd be so down.
Yeah.
I'd be so down.
So sick. Well, Ryan,
I think.
Want to come into a close? You got anything else for us?
Nah, dude, I'm good.
Okay.
I haven't even finished mine. Have you finished yours yet?
I did finish mine, but to be fair, I was again extremely thirsty. So.
To be fair, most of this is water at this point, I think.
Yeah, with the ice, yeah.
I'm barely getting any flavor.
But dude, even melted ice at the end of a glass is so refreshing. I always think of Pam with the second drink in the Dundies episode where she's like, "It's second drink." Yeah.
This tastes more like a LaCroix now, like just straight
just
up seltzer, no hard,
No hard, hard's gone. All right,
brother.
125 coming to a close. Cheers, peace, and love. Thanks all.
Love y'all. Bye.